The last video we have for you is a look at the new TIFF Bell Lightbox in beautiful downtown Toronto. Also, make sure to stay tuned for our live performance by The Clearing.
Hey guys, it's Carl John for The Journal. We are here at King and John Street in the city of Toronto, taking a look at a brand new building that is centering around all things cinema, past, present, and future. It's the new home for the Toronto International Film Festival, TIFF Bell Lightbox. TIFF definitely deserves an award for this build. The building has 5 theaters, residential and retail space, and was designed by the Toronto-based architectural firm KPMB. We caught up with Noah Cowan, the artistic director of TIFF Bell Lightbox, and he shares with us how TIFF evolved to what it is today.
So 35 plus years ago, we began as the Festival of Festivals. We really went around the world sort of culling the very best of festivals like the Cannes Film Festival, which was really the preeminent one at the time, and others to sort of bring back these new art films that Toronto wasn't really getting at that time. The organization grew substantially about 20 years ago. It made us a year-round organization for the first time. Went from having, I think, 4 full-time staff to about 20 overnight. Sort of made us into a real cultural organization. So the final crowning glory of all of that is where we are today. This is TIFF Bell Lightbox. This is the dream of the last 10 years of the organization, which was to put everything we do under one roof.
The space opened to the public during their 2010 Toronto International Film Festival with a free block party, complete with rapper Kanon, free cupcakes, and a bouncy castle on King Street.
My name is Cheryl Eisen, and I'm one of the venue managers at the TIFF Bell Lightbox. I'm pretty lucky. I have a fairly high-profile position during TIFF, and in that I'm on the red carpet all the time at our gala venue at Roy Thomson Hall. And because I have a big flaring white hair, people recognize me all the time, and so I get a lot of feedback comparing TIFF to the new building, and I don't think in maybe 1,000 comments in September I've heard one negative thing, and the positive feedback is mostly that we have year-round TIFF programming and that people can come and see films in state-of-the-art cinemas that they would never see anywhere else.
But what we've been hearing back has been a lot of applause. We've been hearing a lot of people really stoked by the fact that TIFF Bell Lightbox exists. They didn't maybe know they even needed it or were missing it, but then once the building existed, once this opportunity to see great films, great exhibitions, to bring their family to family events that related to film, it came into being, they love it. So
there are 2 gorgeous exhibition spaces, with one featuring Tim Burton, which arrived at TIFF Bell Lightbox with a new look, a special commission created especially for the building's gallery windows, and an entirely revamped exhibition design.
Like Tim Burton, the show that we have on right now, which comes from the Museum of Modern Art, one of the most important museums in the world. Now finally, Toronto actually has a place to showcase that stuff. You know, wouldn't have had that space without TIFF Bell Lightbox.
TIFF is also showcasing the work of Mary Pickford. She was a Canadian-born motion picture actress. She also was one of the original 36 founders of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. She was a pioneer in early Hollywood and a significant figure in the development of film acting. The American Film Institute named Pickford 24th amongst the greatest female stars of all time. There are several other film festivals around the world that catch our attention, but how will TIFF Bell Lightbox allow the organization to stand out from the crowd?
You know, there's a very competitive atmosphere, very friendly but competitive atmosphere amongst the big festivals worldwide. And we all kind of have our own little niche in a funny way where we kind of expand. Well, TIFF Bell Lightbox put a very large bet down on the poker table, and a lot of our friendly competitors are a little freaked out by it, to be honest.
From the restaurants to the exhibits, theaters to the Golden Oscar in the lobby, it's easy to get caught up in all the excitement. We ask Noah and Cheryl what they love best.
Probably the best night of all was a guy called Douglas Trumbull. He's unsung sort of special effects pioneer. He did all the effects for 2001: A Space Odyssey, for example. Came here, we publicized him and definitely marketed his appearance. Packed. He did these 2 sessions that were incredible. One with the 2001, one with Blade Runner, and they were amazing and they were full and people were lining up for photographs around the block.
Breathtaking speakers come in and talk about film an academic perspective, from a practical perspective, and I didn't go to film school. This is just a lifelong passion for me, and I'm not formally educated, so I'm getting my formal education through my job, and that's pretty breathtaking. Yeah.
It's pretty impressive to see and hear how TIFF has evolved to what it is today. But the big question is, what's next?
Bigger, better, more. That's the motto, really, of TIFF Bell Lightbox. We've opened just past September. We made a big impact on the city. You know, we have plans in mind for doing something great with David Cronenberg, with a lot of international collaborators. We'll be sort of like bringing that forward in a few years, but when that happens, you'll see this place explode with international visitors, and I think a lot of pride from Torontonians to have such a great artist in their midst.
And now, a special performance from The Clearing. Take it away.
Casanova got his one-night stand, but ain't got a friend to lend. Looks like you found someone, but lost yourself along the way. Used to sneak away and do our thing. Used to talk about everything. We knew we had something more than love could bring. I went on to make my noise. You and your girls, with the talk of all the boys, it's hard to understand. How once before we were friends. Still hurts to see you messing around, but it's not like under my feet there's ground, there's lost and there's found. There's comfort in the sound. You called me tonight, and you cried and cried, and you begged me to sing you a lullaby. You called me tonight, you were a little high. You were feeling pushed aside, not a pride. Not a pride. Ooh. Went on to make my noise. You and your girls were the talk of all the boys. It's hard to understand. How once before we were friends. Don't see you messing around, but it's not like under my feet there's ground, there's lost and there's found. There's comfort in a sound. You called me tonight, and you cried and cried, and you begged me to sing you a lullaby. You called me tonight, you were a little high. You were feeling pushed aside, not a pride. Not a pride, yeah. You called me tonight, and you cried and cried, and you begged me to sing you a lullaby. You called me tonight, you were a little high. You were feeling pushed aside, not a pride. You called me tonight, and you cried and cried, sing you a lullaby. You called me tonight, you were a little high. You were feeling pushed aside, not a pride. Not a pride. Casanova got his one-night stand, but ain't got a friend to lend. Looks like you found someone, but lost yourself along the way.
Awesome job. That was The Clearing. Thank you very much for that awesome performance. Check out their music, available on iTunes for download. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. Tune in for another exciting episode of the Journal next time. I'm Tara Blair.
And I'm Josela Madrid. Will you guys play me a song, huh? You know, for me?
This is for you. Definitely.
Bye, everyone.